Hello, hello again, guys. Welcome to our walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. Last time we left off at this bonfire at Firelink Shrine. Now, before we get started, I wanted to talk about a few things, and that is about always spending your souls before you continue to the next area. Before we do that, though, I wanted to talk about the Ember State. And you'll notice on the top left corner, like right where you see my health and my stamina and all that stuff, you'll see like an orange fiery glow on that emblem there. And that glowing orange stuff means that I am in a state called Embered. And that state is similar to when you use a rune arc in Elden Ring, which grants you like the blessing of a great rune. But in this game, you become embered every time that you defeat a boss, or every time that you use an item called an ember. Now, if you're embered, you cannot use this item again. But if you're not embered, you can use the item. And what this item does is that it will boost your HP by 30%, so you'll have more HP points. And then you'll also be able to summon other players, or other NPCs that'll help you with bosses. But in addition to that, you are also able to get invaded by other players or get invaded by NPCs. And another thing that it does is it recovers your health 100%. So you might be tempted to use this if you run out of Estus shards, but I would not recommend it because it's a finite item, and it's not necessarily all good things. I always try to stay embered, but if I lose it, I don't necessarily re-ember unless I want to get summoned by an NPC. And that leads me to the next thing I want to talk about. There is NPC invaders in this game, in set locations. Even if you play in offline mode, you can get invaded by NPCs. And sometimes those NPCs drop armors or gestures or weapons or special items. And I will show you where you can get invaded by those NPCs so that we can get all of their items. Alright, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and level up. We're going to level up with our Shrine Maiden.
The mark to Lothric. Very well, then take it.
Since we upgraded our weapon last time with the Fire Gem, I'm going to spend all our points on Vigor and Endurance. More actually towards Vigor. Like that.
Farewell, Ashen One.
And now I didn't get that many throwaway souls, but usually I would invest those souls in arrows. We're going to be using arrows a lot in this game to take down enemies from afar, including a dragon that we're going to see in this playthrough. So, also you can burn your undead bone shard, which will upgrade how much HP you get back from your Estus shard. We don't have any items that we can spend for that right now, but always make sure that you use that item so that you can heal yourself better. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the first location called the Highwall of Lothric. So, this is the first location. It's a pretty cool place. I really love what they did with this entry point. It's pretty gothic. And then it gives you a beautiful vista. This game is filled with beautiful vistas. An excellent place to start off. Alright, so right away we're gonna go ahead and light our first bonfire. So now we have a checkpoint. From here, you have two ways to go about this. You could go to the right, or you could go to the left. I'm gonna go left first, but we are eventually gonna go to the right. For right now, we're gonna go left. And as a rule of thumb, I said I'm gonna kill everybody at least once, starting with this guy and this guy right here. This guy right here by the stairs. You'll notice he's carrying a lantern. If you let him scream out for too long, he will aggro all of the little guys here, and they'll all come at you at the same time, which you don't want happening. So make sure you take them out right away. Oh, and you'll notice that my sword is now doing fire damage because of that fire gem, which is pretty cool. There's another one of these guys. I got him before he finished his call. And kill all of these guys. Climb up here. Now you see that? That's another instance of a trap that the developer set for you. And we'll pick up our first item here. The binoculars. Which are kind of useless unless you like taking screenshots or looking at things from far away. We're gonna go over to this location, which is kind of a semi-hidden area. You wouldn't regularly go down here, and it'll take us to the inside portion of this tower, and that's our gold pine resin. It gives it buffs our weapon with holy damage, or lightning damage rather. And this is the area where we started off, so it's kind of like we just stepped in from in here. I'm gonna collect all the items. Watch out for this guy, he's hiding in the dark. Now over here you'll notice that there's a few items, and we can't get over there right now, and we probably won't get over there anytime soon. A dragon shows up. Well, I'll show you. There's a dragon that shows up there and kind of eliminates that area for us for a little while, but we'll take care of the dragon later. Alright. Alright, so if I go up these stairs, if I go too far up, the dragon will show up and he'll try to burn us, like so. So we'll just jump down here and go around these guys. You'll notice that if I don't hurry, that dragon will definitely kill us. There's a knight that shows up on this location. Now, I'm not the best at parrying, but you could parry with your shields. I'll try to show you. And you could get an easy riposte that way. Otherwise, these guys could be kind of hard to get behind. What I try to do with these guys, the Lothric Knights are actually pretty easy to parry. You try to bait them for an attack that they do where they strike you 2 times. You block the first strike and you time it for the second strike. And it's pretty easy. I'll show you with some other knights that we'll encounter later on. The sword knights are pretty easy. The spear knights are kind of difficult for me. And like I said, I'm not a parry god or anything like that. I prefer to use a shield with a without a parry. That way I could just use my my weapon skill. Which you, by the way, you cannot change your skills on your weapon in this game like you can in Elden Ring. They are set and you cannot change them. For instance, this sword, if I double hand it, it does this skill. It's kind of like my Art of War. I cannot change that in this game. It's set and you will not be able to change it. So if I go up here, we'll get to our second checkpoint. Gonna go ahead and rest and get all our Estus flasks back. There's an item right behind this wall as well. A Titanite shard. That's the second Titanite shard, so if we wanted to, we could go back and we could level up our weapon. But for now, we're just gonna continue on as we are. We're not doing too bad. Try to avoid that knight on the way back down. And this guy. Now the barrels down here, they have oil in them. So if you hit them with your sword, they will explode. That's not a good thing for us right now. So let's try to stay away from those barrels and our weapon. There's a second guy hiding in the dark here. And also, there's two areas down here if we keep going down this tower, which we're gonna get to later. So for now, we're gonna skip those bottom areas and we're gonna go out this door. Now, here's another trap that's set for us. Once we kill these guys, a guy is gonna come up from behind and try to stab us. And there's a second guy that comes up this stairway when we try to go down. But for now, we're gonna try to avoid him because farther on ahead, if you see those guys that are praying over there, one of them is transforms into this giant blob monster, which can potentially be very devastating if you're not ready for it. But if we kill him before he transforms, it's actually easier. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump off of this location and run over to him really quick so that we could take care of him before he transforms. And we'll go over here and try to kill him. Okay, see, there he was trying to transform. And this way we killed him before he could become a problem. Then we could take care of the guy that was at the bottom of the stairs. Collect all these. If the guy that actually transforms on you, just stay calm. He is weak to fire and he'll actually stagger pretty badly, and he won't attack you for a while. And since you have a fire weapon, as long as you keep attacking him and stay calm, you could get him down pretty quickly. Now, around the corner here, there's a crystal lizard, which we are gonna get. I try to always R2 him, that way he flips over. We're gonna get this item, and then on the other side is the crystal lizard. There he is right there. It gives us a raw gem, which we could use to change the stats of our weapons. But I think the fire gem is better off for right now. Coming down from this ladder, be careful, this guy is gonna start shooting you right away. And he kind of baits you to set you up for this partner over here. And if you go after him, more people will show up. So we gotta take him out quickly. Ouch. Okay, so not too bad so far. Pick up this item. And we could go down there. There's another trap set for us, but there's nothing down there, so we're not going to go down there. If you turn this corner here, There's another item. Black firebomb. Lots of firebombs. And here there is a spear knight, which, like I said, is much harder than the sword knights for me. So we're gonna avoid him at the beginning, and we're gonna go left and kill this guy. Kill this guy that's hiding in those vases. And that guy usually starts shooting at you. Just try to avoid him. And yet another trap. As soon as you walk in here, there's two guys hanging off. One of them is hanging off of the ledge, and this guy is ready to attack you. I thought there was another. Oh, there he is. Boom. Okay, so now we're gonna take on that spear knight to continue forward. I'm gonna try to get around him and backstab him. That's my goal. But if I can't do that, I'm gonna settle for just light attacks and dodging to his left. I don't want to try to stay behind him for too long because he does this shield attack after he attacks us. So just a light poke. Dodge and poke. You can also try to just shield up and go around him. But it's not always my best bet. I would prefer just to dodge and poke him once or twice and just whittle him down slowly. Just be patient in this game. And everything will be fine. Boom. Take everything slowly and you'll be fine. Don't. Alright, so heading into this area here, you'll notice that these are blocked off. And we're gonna get this item here in the distance. And from here you'll notice that there's a trap set up for us as soon as we walk around the corner there. But since we saw it, we don't have to fall for it anymore. We could just run and execute him right away. Just put your shield up and be ready for it. Right here you'll get a broadsword, which is not a bad weapon. I just don't like it because it's shorter than the longsword, and I prefer the distance that the longsword gives me. But if you like it, it does do more damage per your strength stat, I think. Before we go down there where all those guys are, we're gonna come up here. And grab this item. So this is actually a better shield for me. I prefer it over the starting shield because it allows me to use the weapon art on my sword instead of doing the parry. So I'm gonna switch that, and you'll see that now I could parry. I mean, now I don't have to parry. And since we're starting off, I want to conserve as many Estus shards as I can, so I want to kind of call these guys to me one by one. And I'll do that by using my firebombs that I've collected so far. And I have 19 of them, so I have a bunch of them to spare. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to free aim this and try to hit those barrels, which are explosive, or I could just call them by locking in on them if they get close enough. And these guys are pretty easy. All I have to do is jump around them and backstab them. They're easy when they're by themselves, I should say. I wouldn't try to take them on all at once, especially with a dog there. Alright, so Now that the dog is heading towards those barrels, I'll throw a bomb at it. And you'll see that the dog does an animation because it's weak to fire. So now we've taken out the dog. We could try to take out this guy here. Call him to us. Backstab. That weapon that he has is actually pretty intense. It does a lot of damage to you. And I'm gonna try to get rid of these barrels because if my weapon touches them, I will explode as well. So we'll call this guy to us. Backstab. And here we're gonna find another Estus shard to upgrade the amount of Estus that we have. And we're gonna find another Titanite shard. And we're gonna find a key that we need to unlock an NPC that's gonna become our second merchant. So now we have the cell key. We can make our way back to the cell. We can get there by going in this direction. There's an enemy down below. Besides that big guy right there, there's an enemy right here, which you can plunge. Pick up this item. Now, you don't have to fight this big guy if you don't want to. You could just pick up all the items by going around slowly and picking them up. But he's actually not too hard. He telegraphs his attack, and you could backstab him fairly easily. I'll show you how to do it. Ouch. Not like that. Alright, let's see. Just like that. And you could do that repeatedly and get him down pretty easily. But like I said, it's not necessary to kill him. You could just walk slowly around and he will not notice you. So, the area that we were up at was up there. And now we are back down here. We could just go around in this direction. And we want to go right first. Now there's a guy with an arrow ready to get you, and a second guy down below while you're distracted with the arrow dude. So don't forget about the second guy. If you go in this direction, you'll get to the first boss down there. But before we get to the second boss, I want to unlock an area up above so that in case we die, we could just make our way back here easier. So we're gonna go up to this area and we're gonna collect this ring up here. Now this is another running and jump area. You have to run and jump at the same time. And you could get this ring of sacrifice. What the ring of sacrifice does is that if you die, you don't lose all of your souls. Another useful thing for this ring of sacrifice is that if you've already died and your pool of blood and all your souls are laying somewhere, you could put this ring of sacrifice on, and if you die a second time, your souls will still be there. So you could use it in that way if you wanted to. So we're gonna go up here. There's a trap set for us. That guy is going to attack us, and there's a bunch of guys hanging off in the ledge that are also gonna show up. So we're gonna try to take this guy out quickly, and just be ready for the attack. There's another thing right here. a green blossom, and then this elevator, and open our gate to our shortcut. So before I open the gate, I'm gonna grab this item here. It's throwing knives, which you could use to aggro enemies towards you. Those guys are pretty slow, but if they hit you, they hit hard. So just dodge around them. This guy is also pretending to be sleeping. And there's a few dogs up here and an archer on the top, so be careful. I would take out the dogs if they see you. Oh no, we got all of them. Oh, got him. There's a second dog. That guy can hurt, so just be careful of him. There we go, we got all these guys. What I wouldn't do is I wouldn't try to fight all these guys up on the top up there, because there's an archer up on the ledge and he's gonna be annoying the heck out of you if you stay up here. So I'll take out that archer right now, but first we're gonna head out to this location. Now in this direction there's another guy, one of those dudes that transforms, and we want to take him out before he transforms. I'll point him out to you. He's this guy right here. And like I said, take him out before he transforms and you'll be okay. Take out this annoying archer. And take out all these guys because they are... well, they're not really gonna hurt you, but I try to kill everybody at least once. And here we're gonna get our longbow. It's an okay weapon. I don't really use bows, but we're gonna use it to kill the dragon that we found earlier. So I picked up that longbow and we're gonna use it later. Now we could head back in this direction. Ouch. Okay. There we go. And we could take out this archer here, and you'll notice where we are. We're back where we started. Our very first bonfire is over there. We'll kill this archer real quick. And we could rest at this bonfire now. So, now that we have this bonfire and the shortcut unlocked, what I would recommend doing is I would recommend you level up. But before we level up, since we haven't rested and everything is still dead, we're gonna go to the area where we could get our second merchant. Okay, so we're gonna go there by fast traveling over there, and I'll show you where you can unlock them. The tower on the wall. So you start off on the second bonfire and you go down below to the area that we didn't visit at the beginning. I would still go ahead and take care of all these guys, but not the knight that just walked away. Just remember, those barrels are filled with oil, so you don't want to hit them with your sword. So we're gonna head on to this area here. There's another enemy waiting for us. Let's see if we could see him from the edge. He's over there, and those barrels have oil, so just be careful. You can head on this direction just to be safe, and just kind of wait for him to attack you and backstab you. And up ahead, there's another trap. The guy you see all the way by the door, he throws bombs at you, and the barrels are explosive, so you want to avoid them at all costs. You could either roll right into the barrels or you could run right at the guy. Just don't have them explode you, because it's gonna be a bad day. After you do that, you could grab this item here, some more throwing knives, and kill this guy. We got another weapon. And you'll find the NPC in this jail cell here. Just go ahead and talk to him and accept his request.
Ah. You're no jailer, are you? No, you're from far away. And judging by the bell, you must be some of that unkindled ash. Remarkable. If that's true, then I have a favor to ask. Below the high wall is a musty little town. Not the home of any lord, just a very old settlement of undead. An old woman, Loretta, lives there. Please, give her this ring. I'm not asking for charity. In fact, if you do this for me, I'll be sure to repay you in kind. I may be a petty thief, but I've more wits than most royalty. What do you say then, huh? Very well. I humbly place my faith in you. I am Greirat of the Undead Settlement, and I promise to assist you. Give this ring to old Loretta at the base of the high wall. Do your part, and I'll do mine.
And he gives us a blue tearstone ring. Now we're gonna go ahead and equip that ring because it's pretty useful at the beginning. What it does, it increases damage absorption when HP is low. So this will save your butt a lot of the time if you're new to the game. What it does is that when your HP is low, you'll take less damage, and sometimes that's a good thing, especially when you're fighting bosses. So what I would recommend now is I recommend you go back to the Firelink Shrine and you upgrade your dude. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll see you back in a little bit. Alright, and now we're back. And what I've done while I was away is I upgraded my guy 2 times. I put these are my stats that I currently have. I think I put 1 in vigor and 1 in strength. And also I went ahead and I reinforced my weapon. And I reinforced my Estus shards, so I have 5 Estus shards now. And also I used all of the souls in my inventory. So all the souls that were inside of my inventory, I went ahead and used them all, and I used those souls to buy a torch from the handmaiden. I buy the torch because there is no lantern in this game, and sometimes in the later levels it could get kind of dark, so I equip the torch in my offhand just in case I need to see something and it gets too dark. And something else that I did is I bought 100 standard arrows from Greirat, and I used the rest of my souls, the remaining of my souls, to buy as many arrows from Greirat, the fire arrows, as many fire arrows from Greirat. And we're gonna use those arrows later on to kill that dragon up ahead that you see in the distance, but we're probably not gonna kill him in this video. We'll get to him later. For now, we're going to go ahead and just kill the boss in this area and try to get to our next area, which is not too far away. So I'm going to run over to the boss really quick. He's not too far away from where we are. I would try not to make the aggro the dogs. It'll make things easier. kill this guy though. And then we can make our way down this shortcut that we unlocked earlier. And we're just gonna run from here. We're not gonna engage these guys, we're just gonna run away from them. I will take out the archer here because he can become annoying if you don't take him out. And this guy too. And this guy only because he followed me all the way over here. So from here, you could go on that direction, but there's a few knights over there which I want to avoid. So the fastest path down to the boss is if you go down this ledge, and then you go down this ledge again, plunge attack that guy, and we're going to avoid these guys with the shield just so that we could take on the boss. So the boss in this level is not too hard. He is has some frost damage, so we're gonna try to avoid getting hit too much so that we don't get that frost buildup. Generally speaking, you could stay underneath him or by his back legs, and you could just kind of avoid him altogether, all of his attacks pretty easily. He's not too hard of a boss. He could be kind of intimidating because he's kind of large, but the main attack that's going to give you trouble is at the halfway point. He's going to try to run at you from a distance, and really you want to close the gap as soon as possible on his second phase, because if not, he's just going to keep charging at you from a distance, and if you close the gap, he'll just go back to his initial attacks and it won't be too bad. So he'll show up as soon as I get close to this doorway here. I'm kind of nervous. I hope I don't die. But if you do, it's not too far away from the starting point. You don't have to kill a bunch of people. You just go through the path that I did earlier, and you could try them as many times as you have to. Like I said, just stay close to him, underneath his belly and his back legs, and you'll be fine. Just remember to close the gap as soon as possible. Use your shield. I prefer to lock onto this guy. There's really not a lot of enemies that you shouldn't log onto, but I'll let you know. Just try to stay under his belly and you'll be fine. Here's the second attack. He's going to charge away from me and try to charge at me like that. Just try to dodge roll. And here he's going to do a frost attack. Just get behind him while he does that attack. And you could get some good damage in while he's doing it. Boom. Easy as that. Like I said, I don't consider myself a good player, but honestly, this is easier than it looks. You just kind of stay behind him or underneath him, and you'll be fine. Now, before we end this video, we're gonna get to the next area. So we're gonna light this bonfire and make our way up these stairs. Now, before we could get to the next area, we just need to talk to an NPC that's sitting up in the cathedral up there. You don't have to fight anybody. You could just go right up there. But like I said, as a rule of thumb, I like to kill everybody here. I would not try to fight both of these guys together. So I'm gonna lure this guy down here. it's pretty easy to get a backstab on these guys. On the sword knights, the spear knights are a little different. Got lucky there and got a backstab. And he went down pretty easily. Oh, and I got some pretty good gauntlets. You don't have to backstab these guys, but I wouldn't get more than 2 hits, and if you're trying to just to melee him. Additionally, sometimes it could be easier just to parry these guys, and I'll show you with this next guy. I'll use this shield to parry. But sometimes if you're not familiar with parrying, I wouldn't risk it. But like I said, I would wait for the animation where they hit you twice. They do an attack where they swing 2 times. I would block the first swing and hit him the second swing. And here I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now this one is a little different, so be careful with him. He's a Red Eye Knight. He has a little more health, and he could buff his weapon. So just be careful. I'm gonna start off with a weapon art. So he was buffing his weapon, so I punished him just by getting attack. Right, so I'm gonna try to get that. Ouch. That's the attack that we want, that double hit. And there it is. I didn't have enough stamina to pull it off, but I didn't get that time. Take your time with the good guy if you have to. Recover your stamina. Backstab. And he gives you a refined gem. So this is the NPC I need to talk to. If you kill this NPC, you could trigger a boss fight here, which could be beneficial if you know what you're doing, but it's a pretty late game boss fight, so I wouldn't trigger it right away.
The wait has been long, unkindled one. I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle. Allow me to speak frankly. You will not find the Lords of Cinder here. They have left, gone, to their churning homes converging at the base of this castle. Head to the bottom of the high wall, forge on through the great gate, and raise this banner to proceed. This farewell gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, dark spirits drawn by the embers, then etch this upon your heart, and the old Concord will beckon noble blue sentinels to hunt these foul spirits. What is wrong, unkindled one? Are you not a Lord Seeker? Head to the base of the high wall and seek the Lords of Cinder. Is this not the calling of your kind since ages past?
Alright, so she gave us 2 items. The first item is the Banner of Lothric, which we and the second item she gave us is a Covenant item. So if you're playing online and you're embered, there's a possibility that you could get invaded by another player. But if you wear this emblem, Way of Blue, if you slot it on, then if you get invaded, another player will respond to your call, and they will automatically get summoned to you to help you defeat that player invader. So if you're playing online, it's kind of beneficial to have this on. And again, this will only happen if you are in an embered state, which I am right now. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and head down to the area where we were just at and get to our next area. I don't remember if I, okay, yeah, I lit that bonfire. So, we're just gonna head down over here. That's our next area. That beautiful vista again. And we're gonna raise the banner. Such an amazing cutscene. I love that cutscene. I wish we would see more of those devilish creatures, but actually we only see them one more time after this. So we are now here. This is the Undead Settlement, and I'm gonna call it here. We will see you again at a later date. So we will see you to commence the next area. Thanks for joining us.